G'day everyone, you've got the other Matt here again from Lawnporn, and we're actually having a bit of a look at my lawn and seeing what it's like in the middle of winter, or at the start of winter should I say. So, as you know, Matt's been really busy with the school project and a few other bits and pieces lately, and he also doesn't have much of a lawn at his place. So what I'd said I'd do is give him a bit of a handout and have a bit of a look at my lawn and use my lawn for a bit of this winter and see what we can get into. Now, it is really hard for me to film throughout winter because I live near the coast, so I get a lot of wind all the time. So it's really rare for me to have no wind at all to film, which is obviously best for the mic. So let's turn the camera around. We'll have a bit of a look at my lawn and I'll explain it to you where we're at with my lawn, what I'm doing. And actually a bit about my lawn. So you guys have probably seen it in various videos, like review videos, different things, my irrigation vid, but you probably actually don't know the full story behind it. So let's get into it and have a bit of a look. So this is my lawn, my nearly 300 square meters of Kikuyu as it stands. We laid it about 15 years ago when we first built the house, and for most of its life it got pretty much mistreated. I didn't really look after it, just mowed it every few weeks, maybe once a month or so, depending on the weather and how it was growing, and really didn't care. A little while after doing that, I kind of went, you know what, I want to put a bit of effort into it. I want to have a bit of a better looking lawn. So around that time I found a Facebook page that had about, I think maybe 40-50 people on it. It was just starting out. It was called Lawnporn. So I joined that page, I liked it, and got a few hints and tips. And I went and bought myself a new whippersnipper, used my old mower, and a new blower, because I only had some really old dodgy stuff. So went out and bought myself a nice Honda whippersnipper and a nice steel blower, and I got into it. I mowed more regularly using the tips that Matt was giving, whippersnipped and edged using the same thing, and also cleaned up using my steel blower. Brilliant, loved it. A little while after that, Matt put a bit of a promo together and said, look, I want to try and get some people using this new product that I've just got out, so I want to sponsor some people. And admittedly, I don't think I made the first cut, but a little bit of persistence, and I got the tag in as the guy who has a really bad lawn, but let's bring it up a level. Excuse the scalping through here, still recovering a bit after some stuff, I'll tell you in a minute. So after that, that's pretty much when I really got onto my lawn. I mowed it more often. I got heaps of hints and tips and tricks off of all the boys that we deal with. So shout out to Matt Zonta, Brandon, Brendan, Matty Dorm. I'm trying to think who else is in there as well. Jake as well, with his massive patch of lawn that he uses. And a couple of the other guys as well who've just slipped my mind right now. So yeah, kind of got into it from there. And I've been here ever since. So obviously things have changed. I've changed up mowers a little bit. I help out Matt with some of the testing now, which is fun and I love it. I have had a look and used various cylinder mowers. I bought myself an old Victor Imperial, so it's kind of like a Victor version of a Scott Bonner, really old. Had a bit of fun with it, that was good. On-sold it after a little while. And look, I have been offered other cylinder mowers as well, but it just really, I just like using the rotary mower. It's a bit easier to use for me. As you can see, I've got all different things up through here, and that kind of drops off, and we'll have a bit of a look. As well as all the kids' monkey bars and everything else. So what that basically means is that I'm lazy and I like using a rotary because it's easier, it's less maintenance, and generally speaking, they're cheaper. So let's have a bit of a look at this. So this is my front lawn now. We went through the side, we had a bit of a lap back. I have mowed it today. I actually went over, you can actually kind of see there's little bits here that I've kind of gone over. Where is it? Here. Little bits and chunks all through the lawn. You'll see that all through there. I actually went over it with my Greenworks 40 volt dethatcher. Wasn't very low, it was plus 5mm, but it was just to try and help stand it up a little bit, so it looks like it is now. It's got a bit of crap sitting on top. So the story with this front lawn is this was never meant to be a lawn. This was always bark, similar to what it is there. And we basically killed off the lawn for a little while, and then one day I kind of went, you know what, let's see what happens. And I started whippersnippering it just to keep it down low, and it spread. And that part that spread mostly, coming from down the other side of the retaining wall, was pretty much this whole patch here. All through, up to the drive, all through here, and a bit into here, and it gradually spread. So a little while after, when I went, hey look, this is actually looking pretty good, a mate of mine was building up the road. He had some lawn, and I got a couple of slabs here and there. Other people that built up the end of the estate as well. Anyone that had leftover lawn, they left out the front and said, hey look, come and grab some. I went and grabbed it, as long as it was Kikuyu, not buffalo. And that's where this lawn started. So you can see it's still got a lot of the irrigation marks in it. So as you would see from my other videos that I've done with Matt, we installed the irrigation into this probably about 4 months ago, because we're just at the start of June right now, so it's been a little while, but the lawn's still taking a while to grow through those trenches. And in all honesty, the lawn needs a massive renovation, so it needs to be leveled out, all the trenches filled in. Some of the sprinklers have moved a little bit, so we need to realign them as well, but it's no big deal. Front lawn isn't looking too good at the moment. I mean, it's looking green. If you look from afar, you're driving past, people go, oh yeah, it looks alright, but I'm not a big fan. I have a few disease patches that come up, so like here, that's a scalp from when I tried the Eco riding mower and I had it down too low, so excuse that. And there's a couple little bits here and there. So I put a treatment on it just to try and help reduce that fungal issue. Put a bit of Patriot on there, and I'll probably do another one as well. So it isn't as bad at the moment, touch wood. And hopefully it kind of gets on top. Otherwise I basically have big dead patches of lawn throughout winter, and then towards spring they start to go away, and then usually midway through summer they're completely gone. A bit of a pain in the bum, because then my lawn doesn't look as good during spring. This little part of lawn really doesn't get any sun. I don't know how it still grows, but it does. Fruit trees and the irrigation. So again, side yard isn't a massive yard, but it's here anyway. So I have, like I said, I ran over this with the Scarifier. That's why it looks a little bit crappy. Okay, let's have a bit of a look on the back through here. So yeah, this is all the back. This was laid, like I said, a while ago, about 15 years ago, and it's growing pretty well. Like I said, I have just given it a mow. I go pretty hard at it with the whipper snip around some of the things just to get rid of them. And this time of year, I've actually kept a little bit longer than normal, which is, I usually mow at about 25-35 millimeters. At the moment it's sitting more at that 45 millimeter mark. For those playing at home with an Ego, it's notch 3 on my steel deck Ego. But I'm just trying to see how it goes a little bit longer for once, because usually I've kept it mowing pretty short, and I went, you know what, I'll just give it a go a bit longer, see how it is. But yeah, that's my lawn as it is right now. It is the 10th of June on a Saturday. So yeah, we're just into winter. So from here, as far as applications go and what I'm going to do on the lawn, I'm going to continue using Launch Plus on it. This basically just helps it with a balanced NPK. I'll put a bit of extra root builder in there for some kelp, which is really helpful. And then also when we have a bit of rain, I'll let it rain in. I'll probably also put a bit of Hero in the mixture as well. So won't let the Launch and root build rain in, but the Hero I'll apply when it's raining, so it gets rained in, as long as there's enough rain on there as well. And that'll just help it absorb a bit of that fertilizer, a bit of that nutrition throughout the winter as well. So, quick update on the lawn. That's it. I hope you guys enjoy the video. Matt's going to be putting out some different content as well. Just keeping an eye out for some of my vids coming through as well. Thanks very much. Get your lawn on.